Hello, and welcome to my 10-year anniversary full show watch-along of TNA Bound For Glory 2014. It's been 10 years to the day since this event was broadcast, and I thought we'd take a trip down memory lane and give it a watch. Now, I'm not going to be showing the whole show here because copyright law is a thing. So you will need access to this show, whether that be via TNA Plus or I don't know if there's other options out there. I'm certainly not going to advocate for any illegal options, but I don't know if there's any other like TNA approved ways of watching the show. Maybe it's on their YouTube channel in full. I really don't know. But either way, yeah, what you want to do is load up TNA Bound For Glory 2014, pause it at 0000, and then what we're going to do is click play together, and then we'll watch it together, and I'll give my thoughts. I assume I've watched this show before, but I don't remember anything about it, so, you know, we'll see. Anyway, so pause my video, get yourself set up ready to watch, and then unpause my video, because the next thing we're going to do is count down and click play. Okay, assuming everyone's done that now. By the way, apologies for keep moving my mouse, but if I don't, it just goes to black screen, and that doesn't have any information on it, like what show, where I'm watching it, the timestamp, etc. So yeah, that's why I've been moving my mouse constantly, just to keep this stuff on the screen, because it disappears after a couple of seconds. Anywho, oh, there it goes again. We're going to click play, so I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, then click. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me click, but it's going to be quite tricky to hear with my mouse. But I will leave the first 5 seconds or so of the show on the screen before I fade it out to a still image, and obviously the audio will go as well, just so that you can see that you're in sync with me. Okay, so you ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's leave the first 5 seconds or so on the screen. I can't hear anything. Why can't I hear anything? Three, 2, 1. Okay, so first 5 seconds or so will be shown, and it'll fade. EC3. Wait, was this from Tokyo? Oh, maybe I didn't watch this. I don't recall this at all. Vessel 1. Wow, okay. I don't think I've ever seen this show. Is that Sonada? Is that Baby Sonada? Is that Great Muta? Oh my god. Baby Sonada, I think. Wow, yeah. Is this James Storm and someone versus Muta and Sonada, or is it a singles match, or a triple threat, or like what's up with that? Oh wait, Sonada hit Muta. The cult of personality. Yeah, I definitely don't remember that. I've never watched this show. Epic voice, man. Are there loads of people with that voice, or is there just like one guy who gets all of the wrestling gigs? Oh no, that doesn't. That's not a good. That's not a good sign, my guy. That's not aged well. Probably wasn't good back then either. Yeah, I genuinely don't think I've ever seen this show or anything from it. Tokyo Dome? Okay, you know what? Tokyo Dome's probably more of a stadium than an arena, so I'll let them get. I'll let them have Korakuen Hall. He's deliberately talking so slow because he's in front of an audience of secondary English speakers. They're quite rowdy for a Japanese crowd. I find Japanese crowds are a lot more sort of respectful from watching a lot of New Japan. But there's a lot of wooing and stuff and whooping, which is more of sort of an American and Western thing. There's probably quite a few Americans have made the trip, I think. Hardcore fans. Don't know, everyone I saw in the audience was Japanese, though. The audio sounds funny to me. Manic. That's TJP, right? Who now wrestles in Japan. He's got that sort of monster guy gimmick going, right? He's back in a mask, funnily enough, 10 years later. This guy wrestling in Japan in a mask 10 years later, what a difference a decade doesn't make. I mean, it's a different company, it's a different mask, it's a completely different gimmick. But details, details. I'm really looking forward to this now that I realise it's something I've never watched. Okay. Minoru Tanaka. I don't think I know him. I'm not super well versed with Japanese wrestling. I religiously watched New Japan from whatever the Wrestle Kingdom was, where they had Jericho Omega, to at some point in the pandemic, because they didn't do great during the pandemic, and like a lot of people, I think I lost interest. I've tried to get back into it a couple of times. It just doesn't feel the same to me anymore. But other than that time period, I don't have a lot of knowledge of Japanese wrestling. Casual head spring, like it's nothing. That's something that gets me with like wrestling, because they're so athletic and do such mad things. They do crazy athletic things like they're nothing and get no reaction. I genuinely don't think I know this guy. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what he can do. Well, yeah, true. Why does the audio sound like it's a dodgy Zoom? Maybe it is a dodgy Zoom call, to be fair. The commentary audio quality is atrocious. I have a sneaking suspicion that Taz and Mike Tenay are not in Japan. Oh, okay, so he just said there, so yeah, they're not in Japan. And he says our live audience, well, they're not really live. No, they are when this is being recorded. I'm guessing this was pre-taped and not broadcast live. Like I say, I know literally nothing about this show, so I'm fascinated. Oh, Manic's part of James Storm's group now, is he? Yeah, what I was saying though about the athleticism of wrestlers, like wrestlers nowadays will do like a standing shooting star press, or like we saw with Manic then before, like that head spring, and it gets no reaction. Not because everyone in the audience can do that and it ain't nothing but a thing, but like it's just become like a standard like spot, and so many people do it so often that we're kind of immunized to it a little bit and don't think anything of it. Whereas, can you do a head spring? Can you do a standing shooting star press? I can't. And probably no one I know, or at most maybe a person I know, might be able to do one of those things. Manic going under the ring and coming out the other side. Very nice. I mean, Tanaka playing dumb a little bit there, to be honest. But yeah, like, it's funny how, like, the more athletic and the more crazy stuff that wrestlers can do, the less reaction some stuff gets that should be really impressive and get a really good reaction. But we get so, like, spoiled almost. I guess it's kind of like if you, you know, if you became, like, really rich beyond your wildest dreams, and then you lived that rich life for a bit, and then you got, like, most of that money taken, but you still had more money than you've ever had up until that point, and you had to downgrade to a quality of living way above what you have now, but way below what you had become accustomed to. You'd probably feel quite hard done to, even though you're in a better position over the 10 years, say. You've gone up. It's just because you went up first and then down, you feel hard done to by the down. And I think that's what you experience with, like I say, the athleticism thing. Is like, the first time someone did a standing shooting star press, everyone was like, whoa! First time Peter Williams did a Canadian Destroyer, everyone was like, whoa, what the hell is that? Now, it's just a high spot in a match. And a standing shooting star press isn't even really a high spot. It's just like it's like dropping an elbow drop for some wrestlers, you know? It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, backdrop suplex by Manic. I call that a belly to back suplex. Are those two different things, or is that just two names for the same thing? Wow, he wrestled in 2002. I didn't realise he'd been around that long. Yeah, no, I didn't know any of that. That is impressive. Also, Minoru Tanaka's a big name, like an experienced, like if he was TJP's mentor, that means he was quite established back in 2002, and this is 12 years after that. But again, I don't know anything about, like, early 2000s Japanese wrestling at all. Even up to, like, mid 2010s. Like I say, what was the Wrestle Kingdom where it was Omega Jericho? Was that, like, 2018? Maybe even 19. Did I only really watch New Japan for, like, a year solid? Probably. A year and a half. Probably. I really enjoyed it when I did, though. It's just, like I say, it fell off during the pandemic, and I just wasn't enthused about watching it anymore, so I stopped. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me revisit some New Japan, though. Especially if there's, like, any recommendations of, like, stuff I should watch and do a watch-along of. Oh! Knee drop. Yeah, let me know, because I'd love to get more educated on Japanese wrestling. Not just New Japan, just Japanese wrestling in general. And, yeah, also let me know if you'd like to see me return to doing, like, New Japan. I think New Japan and maybe Stardom would be the only products I would consider watching in Japan now, like, current day. So if you'd like to see me try and do predictions and reviews of those sort of shows, do let me know. Like, if something would be popular on the channel and I think I would enjoy doing it, then I'd always be open to entertain the idea. So if someone suggested I go back to doing New Japan stuff, I would probably try and get back into it, watching a few shows without any commitment to doing predictions or reviews. Oh, we just had an ad break. What the hell? It just faded to black and then back in. Or is that a TNA Plus ad break? That's been, because no time seems to have passed, so I don't think the original show had an ad break there. But TNA Plus, my guys, put your ad breaks in between matches. Also, you can't watch this on the free tier, I don't think. So why have you got space for ad breaks when it can't be watched on the free tier with ad breaks anyway? Oh. I like Manic's attire, by the way. The M on the front, and the fact that he's actually wearing a hood. Oh, that was nowhere near. Yeah, I like the Manic look. And I like Tanaka's look because purple bias, of course. Does he always wear purple, like black and purple? Or is that like is it always black and the other colour is interchangeable, like a lot of people with the gear? Nope. It's been a good match so far. Like a basement shotgun dropkick there. Super duper plex. Looks like he's lining up. Yeah, oh, Taz even called it a super duper plex. Nice. Wow. A chant. You don't hear a lot of chanting in my experience watching Japanese wrestling. Maybe Wrestle 1's a different environment than New Japan. Or maybe that's like the influence of some American fans that are in attendance, but... Oh, brain buster! Stop sitting on his face, Manic. It's rude. Yeah, you damn right punch him in the bum. Get off my face. Oh, lung blower. I think part of the problem with watching some guys you're not that familiar with is I don't appreciate how near some of these near falls are, because I don't know if some of these moves are signature moves or finishers that it's a shocking kick out, or if it's like just wrestler does body slam and pins effectively, you know, and you're not expecting a 3. Kicks him in head. Or maybe it's helping me because I'm believing a lot of the falls a bit more. Surely it's, yeah, I was gonna say, a real bugbear of mine in wrestling is when wrestlers don't tap to a fully locked in armbar. Just don't let them fully lock it in. Okay. Good opener. I enjoyed that. The mic quality is doing my head in. Which I realise I don't have the greatest mic quality in the entire world, but I think my mic is better than theirs. Which is wild when you think I'm just a guy in a room in my house with a microphone. Like, you know. And they're like working for a professional organisation. That twist out was interesting. Like landed on his front out the superplex. I don't know if that's supposed to add more impact. You should be tapping immediately to an armbar, let's be honest. Armbars are lethal. Oh, Team 3D are freshly inducted. Okay. Oh, so we're having like throwbacks. Is this Team 3D versus the Steiners? Oh no, is that Rick Steiner and Road Warrior Animal? What a team. It's interesting because I knew Rick Steiner was in TNA at some point because of a video I did over on EBEZAsimsgames. Link in the description once you're done here if you'd like to go and check out that. I do a lot of simulated gameplay footage on wrestling games as well as others. But I knew Rick Steiner was in TNA because of research I did for a video over there. But I'd never, like... I don't think I'd ever seen it. Are we watching, like, the whole match? This is wild. Was TNA doing pay-per-view at the time? If it is, they're showing a whole recap of a match during a pay-per-view. I'm guessing by the fact that this was the hot tag, the Team 3D with the heels in this match. It's hard to get invested, though, and it's just a random flashback. Like, why are we watching this? Like, I get you want to highlight them, but, like, do an actual highlights video. You know, or just show the very ending of some matches. Like, this is already too much of this match, I would say. And it's not exactly showing these Hall of Famers in a great light, just seeing them get beaten up, is it? I love Devon just casually sauntering around for that. Uh-oh. That was a tag title match as well. That's crazy. Okay. Well, thanks for that, TNA. Impact was on Wednesdays. I don't remember that. What, literally? Like, not reputation-wise? That's not what they say. But it's a good twist on it, I guess. Its delivery is a bit corny, but... yeah, I see why people were big on EC3 in his early start in TNA. So it was Impact Wrestling at the time, not TNA. I was wondering about that before I started recording, but there's a lot of Impact Wrestling logos. But then it says TNA Genesis. I don't. Do they even know what their company name is at this point? This is a better promo package for someone than the 3D one. So they are capable of putting together promo packages, speaking of Team 3D. So he's going to be fighting a big boy, is he? Oh yeah, the music. Trouble, 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 trouble. See, it says TNA Wrestling and Impact Wrestling. Which one is it? I genuinely don't know what it was called at the time. Let's try and look it up. I don't remember anything else about this music apart from the trouble, trouble, trouble bit. I don't remember this singy bit. Let's have a look on good old reliable Wikipedia. Trade name. TNA, Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling to 2017. So yeah, it was still... I guess Impact Wrestling being the name of their weekly show, they were just getting a plug-in, I guess, by including that as well. But yeah, the mic has TNA on it, yeah. Heels acknowledging positive reactions. I'm always here for it. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't think that's okay, Ethan. Oh wait, that was supposed to be Japanese. Jesus. It's quite the claim. That guy disagrees. They really were pushing hard, eh? That was... no. I guess it works as a heel bit because it didn't catch on, but... ugh. Boo! That was like a cartoonish boo, wasn't it? Oh, wow, yeah, this is a big boy. Hello. I mean, he's got big time Rikishi vibes, no? Like the stylizing of the attire. Big Rikishi vibes. This cat. Or some kind of a what? I got I got forklift, but what was the other thing he said? From where? Never heard of that place. Wow, in the ECW font. That's quite the sign. I'm gonna say something weird here, but is that all? I assumed he'd be heavier than that. He's probably not very tall. So, like, you know, if he were a tall man of that stature as well, he'd be a lot more than 500 pounds. The Okada spot. Like, I assume this is not where EC3's undefeated streak comes to an end. But, it's going to be a fun process getting there anyway. Nope. EC3 is surprised that nearly £500 man is hard to move by running into him. Another weird fade to black, as if there was supposed to be an ad break there, but I don't know, let me know if you're watching in some way that includes ad breaks, because if you are, apologies, we're not going to be synced up very well. You're going to have to keep figuring out how to, like, you're going to have to be ready for the ad breaks, pause my video while the ads happen, and then unpause at the right time. So that's a bit of an inconvenience for you. But yeah, I'm just getting like a fade to black and then a fade back in. Is he trying to sumo the man? Oh dear. Nope. Farmer. I always wonder how that's, like, safe. Like, I get the putting a lot of weight on the rope, but I don't know. Still looks like too much weight on someone's stomach and chest for my liking. But that's like good wrestling, I guess, isn't it? Is the wrestling that looks like it hurts, but it doesn't. Like that, I can clearly see he just basically applied very little downward force and just rolled over him. Like most of the momentum was going sideways, not downwards. I can see that. Ooh. Nearly got caught by the head. Oh, you can eat sushi. Love me some sushi. So, story about sushi and eating a lot of it. At an old job of mine, there was a nice sushi place that one of the locals recommended. So I ordered sushi in to work, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a bit of that, I'll have a bit of that, oh I like that, yep, I'll have some of that. You know, and ordered what I considered just like a normal amount of sushi. I wasn't being particularly greedy, but, you know, sushi's a rare treat. It's an expensive takeaway. So when you get all the bits you like, right? They sent 5 lots of chopsticks, which I assume means they assumed the order was for a family of 5. It was in fact just for me, and yeah, I ate it all. But yeah, so that was fun, receiving 5 sets of chopsticks. Uh-oh. Are we going to see a stink face? Is he that much of a Rikishi clone? Yeah, oh, it looks like it, doesn't it? Or is it just his bikini? No, he's... Oh, okay, he's doing more the Umago. It's a great sell by EC3. I was going to say, it looked like that guy was being really... Hammer was being really careful about how to pin Carter, because he's probably quite aware of the fact that he's probably quite difficult to kick out of. Like in a shoot way. Uh-oh. This is what I do. I sit on you. Nope. Oh, he's just raising the roof. Nope. Uh-oh, now he's going stink face. Yeah, okay. Oh, I mean, how the referee didn't cotton on to that, I don't know. But... Okay, so he never slammed the guy, which is good heel work, not delivering on your promises. Just a straight kick between the legs. That was, it's interesting that, like, it's essentially a combination comedy match, but with someone who is being taken quite seriously, you know, beating Sting, Kurt Angle, Bully Ray, etc., etc., etc. Showing his comedic chops whilst also still being, like, very much credible and gaining momentum from the match. Difficult thing to balance, and I think they did well. I think they did it well. I don't think anyone really truly believed Hammer was going to end EC3's run, undefeated streak, but still, fun match. Oh, we just, in between every match, we're just going to have another, a Team 3D match. Look at Bobby Roode with all the hair. I'll tell you what, a lot of wrestlers really suit having long hair, and never quite the same when they cut it. Bobby Roode is not that guy. Bobby Roode improved massively with the haircut. He looks so much more of a star with the shorter hair. So is this one of, like, the TNA hybrid cage matches that they like to do? Where it's like, yeah, it's a cage match, but it's also a tables match? Or is the table just in there because, of course it is, because Team 3D? I guess we'll find out if the match ends when someone's put through a table. Well, James Storm just left the cage and the match didn't end, so I know it's not an escape cage set of rules. I'm guessing it's probably a steel cage tables match, which is pretty cool. Did Bully Ray just fix the table? Like, hang on. I know what I'm doing here, guys. James Storm really supposed to have not seen that coming? No, it is a pin match. Table's there just because of, Oh, they were IWGP Tag Champions, and I sort of vaguely recall that, actually. But had you asked me to rattle off IWGP Tag Team Champions, I would never have named Team 3D. I would never have thought of that. MVP? Hello. So is MVP a babyface? That was a very pro-Japan babyface-esque promo, but with a classic injection of MVP arrogance. Also, I want to nitpick a little bit at that promo in that the implication that you walked away from the WWE money to go and wrestle in Japan because you wanted a real challenge doesn't really hold when you didn't dominate WWE. Like, you didn't win the world title and what have you. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I wanted a real challenge. It's like, what, you mean like you weren't getting a challenge in that place where you never won the big one and you didn't beat everyone? It sounds like there was a challenge there. I don't know. That just sticks out to me as something that doesn't always, like, hold up. If you're a former multi-time world champion somewhere and then you go somewhere else and you're like, I wanted a fresh challenge, that's fine. That makes sense. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a good promo. It's just, to me, someone who's not a former world champion. Kazuma Sakamoto, yeah, MVP might not know who you are, but neither do I. Yeah, I don't have a clue who this is. Is he the face? He's playing to the crowd a lot. Okay, and he's telling him to shush, and they're all chanting. Yeah, so MVP's the face here. Okay. It makes sense from the promo. The promo was quite a babyface promo. But MVP's natural demeanor as a wrestler is always slightly heelish. Yeah. Yeah, you're not the babyface. I can tell these things here. And I know whenever I do like a historic watch along, I always kind of fixate on who's the faces and the heels, but I find that like fascinating, like how through the ages faces and heels can be portrayed very differently in different time periods and in different promotions. So I'm always curious if I can like figure out who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. Sometimes it's incredibly obvious, and sometimes not so much. Was he really? I did not know that either. The first ever IWGP Intercontinental Champion was MVP. That's crazy. Oofed. Sit down. Oh, so is MVP a TNA heel who has sort of temporarily turned face, maybe even just through that promo, to face a heel? Because we just talk about some not approving of some of his actions, which to me sounds like he's a heel. Interesting. Maybe they just sort of knew that MVP would be popular in Japan, so they booked him babyface for this show. That's insane. That is actually insane. 63 to 70 million people watching. I mean, yeah, there's less TV options back then and blah 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 blah. You know, like I get it, but was everything else drawing that rating? If you're gonna dismiss it with those sort of arguments, you have to show me that everything was gaining ratings in the 70 millions. You know, game shows were getting 70 million viewers. You know, that sort of thing. Oh, no, me neither. So that's how they came about. I don't know a lot about my Japanese wrestling history either, obviously. So I'm enjoying listening to Mike tonight. Oh, big slip by MVP. Is he good? Never like to see stuff like that because it's the innocuous stuff that does a lot of harm. But yeah, they're not even like trying to pretend that they're there as well. Taz keeps saying things like over there and stuff. Interesting that they decided not to fly out the commentators. I wonder if that was the commentators not wanting to go, or maybe a budget thing. Like, too fewer flights to pay for, too fewer hotel rooms, etc. Okay. But yeah, I'm enjoying listening to Mike Tenay give his history lessons. Another ad break there. Apologies for anyone who's having to watch them, having to resync up afterwards. Not my fault, but still. Um, yeah, I'm enjoying the little Mike Tenay Japanese wrestling history lessons. So I'm trying to like listen out for the commentary. Like I'm trying to talk because obviously you're not just watching the show, you're watching my watch along. So you obviously want some input from me. But whenever I detect that we're talking history, I'm like, I'm shutting up. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know that Japanese wrestling history. What? Okay, fair. Wouldn't have thought of that, but yeah, that makes sense. That's the easiest place to kind of hop to in America from Japan. Not too good at the balling part of the balling. Not good at the elbow drop part of the balling either, seeing as he just got knees stuck in his armpit. Yeah, let's not talk about how good this match is. Let's talk about how good other matches you've seen were. Slightly older. K-pop. Yeah. I love how me and Taz are reacting to the same stuff by MVP that's just clearly out of his usual zone. What was MVP's finish? Was it the drive-by at this point? Or was he still using that awkward, like, famouser, but somehow you end up with your leg underneath their head? And I'm not sure who it's supposed to hurt more kind of move that he had. I assume MVP is going to win this. This doesn't feel like the spot to give the heel the win. Also, there's 5 interpromotional matches, so I assume TNA is going to win 3 of them since it's their show. So I would have TNA win here to keep the remaining matches a little bit less predictable. I was going to say, was that a Shining Wizard? Was that his move? I feel like he went for the drive-by multiple times, never hit it, and then just got the win with a Shining Wizard instead. Yeah, he just kicked him. It was like a Shining Wizard, but he kicked him in the face. It's a good sell from Sakamoto. Bounced around. Oh, Joe, 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 Joe. So babyface Samoa Joe? Oh, triple threat. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I kind of believe that as well. Only two. Only two championship matches on Bound for Glory. That's wild. Joe, Kaz Hayashi, and Loki. That could be fun. Could be so much fun. I mean, I'm about to find out, I guess. Yeah, kind of crazy to me that they're only doing, I assume, X Division title and World title. No tag titles, no knockouts title. They didn't have a lot of other titles, though, to be fair, did they? They didn't have, like, the Digital Media Championship and stuff back then. So... Loki's a weird wrestler for me, historically. Like, I remember back in the day, I can't remember if it was, like, in the early days of TNA or when I used to watch, like, early days Ring of Honor, liking him, enjoying him and stuff, but, like... Something about him always bothered me. Like, I don't know. You know when someone just feels off, like you can't quite fully get behind them, and you don't really know what it is? And then it turns out he's a bit... what's the word? Problematic? Which I don't think was the reason I was looking into. I think it was genuinely just like a presentation issue that I couldn't fully get behind. But... yeah, it's like... it's that separating artist from art thing a little bit with Loki now, watching it back. You're just like... his matches are usually pretty good. Kaz Hayashi, though. There's a throwback to the WCW days. I know Kaz. I know Kaz from when he was in WCW. But here's the man I'll be supporting in this match. I love myself some Samoa Joe. I think he's great. I think he's just... he's been great anywhere he's been. He was great back in Ring of Honor, the trilogy with Punk, and the insanely long title reign. TNA, like the triple threat with Daniels and Styles, the run in the main event Mafia, comes to NXT, amazing there. Even his WWE run that was kind of marred by injuries and not being booked to the absolute best. When he did get let go, he was great. Like when he got let loose, I mean, not let go as in released. AEW, he's been great. Like, he's just great everywhere, Samoa Joe. He's just great. Of the world. Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Taz will be a fan. I found him interesting when he did the, like, I'm a massive Hitman fan, and it didn't turn me into a massive Loki fan, but it was interesting that he used to wrestle dressed as Agent 47. Like, wrestled in a suit with a red tie. It's kind of wild. Good way to stand out. I don't know what, like, inspired it. I wasn't watching wherever Loki was at that time. So I don't know, like, what inspired that. But it was, oh, Kaz Hayashi's not the hometown hero here. Joe. He's not, though, is he? He's from California. I wonder if it, like, bothers wrestlers at all when they're announced from the wrong place. Like, you know, when you've got like a kayfabe hometown. Because there's a lot of... I don't particularly subscribe to this, and I've talked about this before on the channel, about like hometown pride and stuff. But there is a lot of it in the world. So I wonder if being announced as being from Samoa... Like, yeah, his heritage is obviously Samoan, but that's not where he's actually from. Getting a Joe's gonna kill you chant, admittedly a quiet one, in Japan is wild. And Joe enjoying it, even if it was just one or two guys. In key. In key, like it's a operatic song. I knew Taz was gonna go with Loki. Oof. Oh my god. That was insane. That was really cool. Oof. Okay, we're off to a start. I love this match already. That move by Hayashi in the corner was crazy. Like, it was like an upside down leg lariat, but he went like over the top rope and then skinned the cat back in. Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that, but it was cool. That's what I make of it. It was cool. Speaking of cool, though, Joe is the man. Oh. Taz even correcting himself that he's not in Japan. Weird that they decided to put them in like a... like in someone's bedroom with a very low quality microphone instead of like just having them perform their commentary from like an actual studio with a usual quality headset. Broken blood vessels. Equal opportunist. Is it? Is it? What's equal opportunist? Go on, Kaz. So my even though, like I said, when I first discovered Low-Ki, I did enjoy his stuff. He's definitely my third favorite of the three here. I've got like nostalgia goggles on for Kaz Hayashi. Although to be fair, it seems I don't, because he's doing some great stuff in this match, and Joe's just obviously like number one of these guys. Oh. Like a disaster kick pounce. Taz has managed to get Areola in, because of course he has. It's said it again. Again. You do indeed, Taz. You know what? I agree, fans. This has been a really good match. This has been the best match already so far. And we're only like a few minutes in. Love the commentators snickering at how hard the chops are. Oh, sit down. That was some really good camera work as well. Joe just coming from like behind the camera, just steamrolling his way onto shot and just taking everyone out. Very nice, very nice. Oh. Apologies for that. I will have edited it out completely, so you won't have to pause yours, but I just got a knock at the door, something got delivered, so I'm back. Woo! Bit annoyed it's come during this match, to be honest. Interrupting the momentum of the match for me. What? I don't understand what the impact is supposed to be. No pun intended with impact. Of those clubbing blows. Oh, I forgot about that move. Such a weird variant of the Boston Crab, but I love it. I want to know where they are. Okay. Why is Loki still selling? He wasn't in a submission at that point. That feels racist. Also, is Kung Fu known for its grip? Kung Fu's mostly striking, right? That was like a zigzag into a backbreaker. Like the takedown was zigzag-esque, or danger zone-esque, I suppose I should call it now, seeing as he's actually in TNA calling it that. But it was danger zone-esque, except I don't know if intentionally or not, but Joe landed back across Kaz Hayashi's back. By the way, I'm trying to sit away from my microphone a little bit while I was answering the door for my delivery. I also grabbed a snack. Oh, that was nice. Stifler? From American Pie? I feel like this is the best match to have a snack in. Because I feel like the match is speaking for itself. Why did Loki run into the firing line? It's like, oh, I gotta get in on that. Bang, ow. Bad move. I've definitely never seen anything so far from this show. I'm very much enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. There's another potential ad break. Oh, vintage Joe. Oh, we're gonna get to watch Joe walk away from a high fly move. That'd be great. There's a low key behind you, Joe. Did he just walk away? It's a very unique form of the Samoa Joe walkaway spot, but very cool. Oh! Loki getting the upper hand with that exchange. What on earth is he doing here? The absolute nutter. He's £100 more than you, sir. Coquina clutch. Where's Kaz, though? Is Kaz there to make the save, or is this the end? Or is Loki going to find his way out on his own? Guess they're the options, right? Yep. That's the end. Good match. Very good match. Maybe slightly anticlimactic finish. But very fun match overall. Enjoyed that a lot. Best match on the show so far by some distance, I would say. That move was crazy, and like the way he caught himself and skinned the cat back in. That was a very cool sequence, like all of it, including that follow up. Here comes Joe. Love that. That was nice. Nope. Here we go. Walk away. Yeah, fair. He's a bigger deal. I think that's fair to say, Taz. Yeah. Oh. Hell yeah. This crowd's really into it. I love it. Oh. Guess that was Japanese for something. I don't know what. I was going to say, you can cut a promo in more than one language as well now. As if I thought his talents weren't limitless enough as they are. Just flipping languages now. This man is so incredibly talented. Can wrestle anywhere, any style. Can cut some of the best promos in terms of just believability in the world. Yep. 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 So on top of all the talent, he can just switch to Japanese. He probably knows a few phrases, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not assuming he's completely fluent or anything, but the man's talents are endless for 4 months. Well, of course everyone knew they were gonna see it. Like, eventually it was gonna happen. You don't show a gun in the opening act without firing it in the third act, right? Fair play to Dixie Carter, by the way. Like, I know not everyone. I know Bully Ray is insanely good at making that insanely safe. He's done it to, like, much more fragile women than you, Dixie Carter, which doesn't sound like a brag, really, does it? But, much more frail women. But, like, still, fair play. It's gotta be scary agreeing to take that. As much as a lot of people seem to have a negative take on Dixie Carter. It's not a long list, is it? So he's against them. But he's talking how much he loves them. Okay, fair enough. A respect-based hardcore match. Oh. Okay. The golfist of claps. Okay, so this is just going to be Wrestle 1, guys, is it? Cool. Sign me up. Who we got? Whee! Nice. Okay. Yeah. That's what El Hijo means. His name's just Andy Wu. Oh my god. I figured he'd have some other cool mysterious name like El Hijo del Pantero, but no. Just Andy Wu. Okay, I wonder who the heels are. Maybe they are the faces. Fair. Fair enough. Wow. Look at Pantero. I like his mask. I like the fluffy bits. I don't like this guy's voice. the way he sounds like he's falling off a cliff. He just sounds like he's Wile E. Coyote, like down a cliff, doesn't he? He's just about to. Okay, those two came out looking like heels, but seemed to get quite a good reaction. I guess maybe. Are they all faces? I feel he's acting like a heel. He's getting a good reaction. Japanese crowds don't tend to be that contrarian in that way. I love that guy's name is Andy Wu. Just got like a normal guy name. Like, I can't think of another masked wrestler that just has like a normal guy name. You've got like Rey Mysterio, you got Psychosis, and I guess Juventud Guerrera sounds like a real name, even though it's not. A bit, I guess. Not really though. I don't know. That's probably the closest though, right? And then you've got like Excalibur and Pentagon Jr. and Rey Phoenix also is probably one of the closer sounding ones. Oh. None of that even looked like close to making contact, to be honest. There'll be a quiz later. Really? Whoa, okay. Yeah, stop being a mark, Taz. Stop being impressed by things wrestlers do in the ring. Okay. So far, I like oh my god, why can't I speak? El Hijo del Pantero the most. Okay, he's definitely a heel. Yep, there we go. Whoa! Wait, why is the referee stopping him? Yeah, boo that ref. Oof. Heels into the barricade. Can't have felt good. Wow. Yeah, isn't Baka quite offensive? Because didn't Jericho start calling Hiromu Bakahashi? Or was it... Was it, Tanahashi that he was calling Bakahashi? I can't remember. It'd make more sense if it was Takahashi, but I don't remember. I'm sure that's pretty offensive, right? I hope I'm not saying it over and over again. It's, like, really offensive. But they just had a wrestler yelling it during a show, so I guess it's not that bad. Do his drunks just say hi? Hi. Oh, okay. In comes Dave, or whatever his name was, Alan Wu. I feel like I would like this guy in the jacket a lot more if he was just a little more subtle. Like it's starting. Oh, okay. If he were. If he were slightly less one-dimensional about his character, while still having that character and still having most of the mannerisms, I think I'd like him more. He just feels a bit... Feels a bit like NXT Tyler Breeze, but with a bit less depth, with a bit less intrigue to him. I think in order of favourite to least favourite on my perception so far, it's Pantera, then Steve, Alan Wu, then it's Jacket Guy, and then it's High Guy. Yep. Or maybe because I believe, like, in Japan, a big thing is to have, like, English stuff. Like, we have a lot of Japanophiles in the West. They have Anglophiles. Maybe he's actually just saying hi with his trunks. Or maybe he is just a big Daniel Bryan fan. Anyway, done snacking now. Lovely stuff. Oh, Andrew Wu, not Alan. Keep calling him Alan. My bad. Oh, Andy Wu, yeah, that's it. I'm calling him Alan. I'm making the joke calling him Dave and Steve, but then when I correct myself, I'm calling him the wrong name. My bad. Float over is like a float next to. Shout out Trish Stratus. Whoa! Bye. Bye, Felicia. Oh, booyaka, booyaka! Just about got there. Nope. No cats shall be skinned here. Uh-oh. Right, what have you got for us, Pantera? Yeah, I missed! I'm sure Jacket Guy just shoved Wu in and that broke up Kodama's pin. It's not a very good teamwork. Oh, where's this guy going now? Ouch. Here comes Kodama. Whoa, okay, very nice. Okay. I kind of expected the mask guys to get the win there. Not Kodama and Jacket Guy, whose name I still haven't picked up. That was a lot of syllables very quickly. You have to admit, like Like it's something you should be guilty for. I have to admit, I enjoyed that wrestling match on this wrestling show. I feel bad about it, but, you know, I feel I've got to confess. Okay. That was a fun little tag match. None of that even came close. Why are we showing that in the replay package? That looked awful. Oh, that's horrible. I've never understood why when they have like high flyers, why the Japanese shows don't put the barriers just like maybe one row further back than they do. There's not that much room at ringside at these shows. A ceremony? Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me. It's the story all about how my life got turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right here, and tell you how I became a Hall of Famer in TNA. I don't know. Wow, really? They'd been there for 9 years at this point. That's crazy. I thought they were in WWE way longer than that. 2005. This was, I'm guessing, after Aces and Eights. So this was after Bully Ray was world champion, right? I was confused for a second then. I was like, did he say Kiss? But yeah, he was talking about the band. Okay, got it. I know one of those symbols. I understood that reference. Did you just say they got lucky? Isn't it lovely? Isn't that lovely? Yeah, I've not fallen asleep, by the way, guys. I thought I'd let them do the speeches uninterrupted, or roughly uninterrupted. I probably did say stuff, but you know what I mean. Isn't that lovely? It was a nice speech, actually. Nice couple of speeches. What? I wonder what this is supposed to sound like. Like, it's pretty obvious what song they're trying to sound like there, right? Let me know in the comments if you recognise the song that this is very clearly based upon. I'm trying to think now when Aces and Eights was, like what year. I feel like I've done a watch along of some Aces and Eights stuff. Was it like the year before? Was it like 2013? Why did he need a tag team partner to go to war against his best friends? Like, is there a reason why Tommy Dreamer wanted to fight against them? Could it not have been like a trios match where he teamed up with them one more time? Okay. Oh, he's in the audience with a chair. And so's he. Obviously, the Dudley Boys is known for their use of chairs throughout their career. The fans are digging it. Like, I'm actually surprised how knowledgeable the Japanese fans seem to be of TNA. Like, I know TNA at certain points was like the biggest, like most watched promotion in the UK. Feels like maybe they had quite a following in Japan for whatever reason as well. And when I say for whatever reason, I don't mean that in like a disrespectful way to TNA. I just mean like, so the UK, in terms of televised wrestling at least, pretty much relies on American wrestling. So it kind of makes sense that, you know, there was only two options really back then. There was WWE and there was TNA. So as much as WWE was the bigger show, still kind of a 50-50, right? But Japan, they've got a plethora of options for wrestling. Like, and then more than one American option on top of that. You know, like, it just surprises me that they're so sort of familiar with TNA. Feels somehow less likely. Also, you know, forget things like the language barrier and stuff like that as well, like where they're more likely to watch Japanese wrestling simply because it's easier for them, same as I'm more likely to watch English language wrestling. That's one thing that, like, I appreciated about New Japan when I got back into it, was the fact that they had English language commentary, because the first time I tried to get into them was a long time ago, and they didn't have English language commentary, and I honestly, I couldn't get into the shows because I couldn't understand the commentary, and the commentary tells you a big part of, like, the stories and the motivations and stuff of the wrestlers, and I just couldn't get into it. Fun fact, I've had quite a long conversation in a hotel bar with Tommy Dreamer. Back at WrestleMania 31, just went to the hotel bar with my friend. Tommy Dreamer was there with some lady. Don't know who she was, to be perfectly honest with you. And we didn't bother him, but my friend had like a full like Undertaker sleeve, so Tommy Dreamer obviously spotted us as wrestling fans, and we were in town for WrestleMania a few days before the show, and we just ended up chatting, and we ended up chatting for quite a while. It was lovely. I know he said some questionable things since. I'm not defending that in the slightest. I'm just giving my perception. Alright. Is this like hardcore or anything, or is it just like a straight up tag match? Bully Ray clapping along. It's looking like it's just going to be a regular tag team match. Oh, okay. They're about to step it up. He's learned a Japanese expression. Oh. Oh. I thought Bully Ray grabbed the microphone to be like, should we make this a hardcore match or a tables match or something? That is crazy. It's quite the list. Oh. So Abyss is the heel in this match. Just Abyss. Poor Devon. Bit rude, isn't it? Poor Devon. Rock bottom. Your rock bottom has no power here. Oh. We're going real Japanese style now. It's no sell everything. That was clunky, to say the least. I love how Devon just strolls around for that neckbreaker. Like, that's twice now I've seen him do that, and it tickles me. This tag match has not gone particularly taggy, has it? Well, this is not how you treat a friend. Referee's like, yeah, that was definitely the lower abdomen. Because the referee's an idiot. That guy's just like, yeah, tables, America. Oh yeah, God, Japanese tables. They're tiny. And like stiff as hell. They're not gimmicks at all. They're just like legit just tables. What? Did Tommy Dreamer just yell, "Let's go crazy"? Like, and it was supposed to be unironically kind of cool because it wasn't, Tommy. Just saying. Oh. I think when Bully Ray grabbed the microphone, he should have just made it a hardcore match, right? At least this stuff would make more sense. I'm deaf. Okay. Good to know, I guess. Oh, no! Bell yam bag. I've never heard of Gypsy Joe. Did he just hit him with a hammer? Yeah, what? I'm glad it's not just me that doesn't know what Taz is talking about sometimes. Even Mike Tenay's like, huh? That's a traffic cone. And no entry sign. Got an EC dub chant in Japan. Ref, I think you're supposed to be doing something about all this. Synchronised. This referee's given up on trying to have rules in this, clearly. I was going to say who's the legal man, but the correct question really is who cares? I mean, we've heard it once. Oof. Devon was not bothering to break that one up, so it's a good job Bully kicked out, really, isn't it? Oof! I was going to say, what was that about? It's going to turn it sideways. Yep. Big one. Yeah, I heard that too. This match never officially changed from being a tag match to a hardcore tornado match, right? I don't remember that ever officially happening. The referee just does not care. Uh-oh. I mean, the table broke nice and clean, actually. Oh, little ad break for those of you that somehow have ads on this. Welcome back. Hopefully you've managed to get back in sync. Oof. Holy poop. What's Abyss produced? Ah, thumbtacks. Well, I mean, a mystery bag. Whatever could be in it? Yes. Yes. Equal opportunity monster. Oh, face first. I was going to say, worst of all, hands and arms first. Horrible. No, thank you. He probably wasn't even meant to catch the tax there, but I think he did. So it wasn't spectacularly, like, in the middle of the tax. But it's probably just as painful as if they'd done it spectacularly. Yeah, obviously 3D were winning that one. It was fun, it was silly. It was hardcore stupidity, wasn't it? Don't know when the rules officially got thrown out, if ever, but the referee understood the memo, I guess. Having a dance? Go on then, Devon. Get your dance on. Yeah, it was a fun match. Still in the triple threat's my favourite of the night. Probably followed by that silliness. Then maybe the opener or the All Wrestle 1 tag match, to be honest. I would say, like, my top 3 at the moment. By the way, any and all points in these videos, these watch-alongs, and this one in particular, do feel free to let me know, like, what you're thinking, like, you know, favourite matches, things you didn't like, spots you liked, moments that made you laugh or wince or cheer or boo or whatever, you know. Let me know in the comments. Engagement's good. But also, like, I just like having conversations about these things, you know? I think that was turn the music off. It's weird because they probably knew this was like one of, if not their absolute last matches / last match in Japan. Okay, it was a pay-per-view. Suck it. Oh. I was close. Wrong team. Wrong gimmick. My bad. What? Is that Thank You 3D? I think it's Thank You 3D, yeah. And then TNA. We always say here. You probably don't. You probably tell them wherever you are at the time. Bless him. Bless Devon, only ever getting to say like one cat. He's like the Billy Gunn of this group. Bully Ray gets to cut a whole promo and then Devon just gets to say his line. Maybe Devon didn't want to cut promos, you know, like, I'm not saying he was being held back or anything, I'm just saying, like, it's funny the imbalance there. He didn't seem bothered. He's having a great time, isn't he? Getting his boogie on. Yeah, fair. Okay, is it... I'm guessing it's probably main event time now, right? Hello. Oh. Oh. Oh, we're going to see Velvet Sky in action. That's always a good thing. Wait, so the world title isn't on the line? They said 2 titles. We've had the X Division and apparently we're having the Knockouts. That's crazy. So they're just maining with the Knockouts, or is there a non-title men's match going on last? I can't believe they're doing Bound for Glory without having the world title on the line. Come bring it. Come get it. Wait, this was only last week? Go on then, Gale. Wrong shoulder. Goozled. I doubt it's going to be a Velvet Sky, to be perfectly honest. But, you know. Only because of the fact that she only won the title last week. Velvet Sky is, you know, been booked pretty strong at times in TNA. So, we've got 35 minutes left, 36 minutes left. So, is it going to be this and then this fairly short, like a Havoc squash, and then a men's main event, or is this going to be a really long main event Knockouts Championship match? There you go, 2-time Knockouts champion, Velvet Sky. I'm just going to borrow a phrase from Chris Jericho several years ago, drink it in, man. Right, let's get down to business. That is literally last week, according to the video package. Like, whether that means it was like 3 or 4 days ago or like 10 or 11 days ago, I'm not sure. Not sure how they're measuring that, but yeah. I don't expect this to go super long. I feel like there's going to be another match. I feel like we're going to see like spirited display by Velvet Sky, and then it get quickly kind of quashed and squashed by Havoc. And why does she need the Knockouts Championship? She's already got a very nice belt she's wearing. Defiance, Ohio. That's either very lucky or that's a very much a kayfabed origin. Like, hometown. Jessica Havoc's engaged to Sami Callihan. Did you know? I'm trying to find out where she's actually from. So she's from Massillon, Ohio. So not... I mean, I don't know how close Massillon and Defiance are. If Defiance is even a real place. But, at least the right state. Like I said, here's the spirited display by Velvet Sky. One more time, she says, multiple times. So what would be the main event then if it's not a world title match? Unless the commentators just misspoke and there's actually 3 title shots. Oh, ad break. Non-ad break. There's like a Havoc fan. So that sounds a bit like maybe it was 10 to 11 days ago that Havoc won the Knockouts title, not 3 to 4. Oh. Hey! I love the referee going, hey! Now don't you talk to me like that, young lady. Hey! That really tickled me. I love Taz, by the way, going, oh, do you? Like, what, really? Mike Tenay thinks of some historical wrestling stuff? I am surprised. Oh, we don't need to know that, Taz. Keep that to yourself, mate. Yeah. Yeah, but the referee will just shout at her, but like, hey! At least 300 miles. It's at least 15 meters away. I mean, he's not wrong. He is correct. It is at least 200 or 300 miles. That's good, is it, Taz? You're picking a side, are you? I see how it is. Isn't it funny how, like, so many wrestlers wrestle in, like, little, for want of a better term, like, swimming trunks, little Speedos? But when Velvet Sky wrestles in them and puts a skirt over it, it seems very revealing. The skirt letting you see them makes them more revealing than if she was only wearing them. In this weird way. And that's strange, like, psychologically. This match has gone a lot longer than I thought it would. But there's no way it's going to run for the remaining half an hour, 28 minutes. So yeah, we've definitely got like a main event of some description coming up. Have we got one more? Maybe big TNA versus Wrestle 1 match? Oh, of course, we've got James Storm, Sanada, Muta. We've got all that gubbins to come, haven't we? That's what the main event's going to be. Is James Storm the world champion at this point? I'm trying to figure out who the world champion is, because so far there's been an absence of a world championship on the men's side in this show. Wins with a bear hug. What are we waiting a minute for, Taz? Decided she was going to tap out. Makes it sound like she was just being like a cowardly quitter instead of like, you know, like normally they say like forced to submit by the immense power of Havoc. No, she decided to tap out. She's just like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. Tap tap. Went for that double sledge for the 180th time in the match. And somehow, Havoc finally came up with a counter for it. Alright, main event time, I guess, now. There he is, Jim Bobby. It is Sonata. I thought so. Foreshadowing. Ooh. So it's just a straight up tag team match player, is it? Wait, Sonata was X Division champion? I didn't know that. I don't know how this whole storyline, like, would have finished. But imagine, like, IWGP World Champion level Sonata versus James Storm. Like, versus this kind of era James Storm. Oh. Your balls are paralyzed. Remember that? Anyone? There's always room for one more, though. Are they going to add someone to their ranks? Just because of that little bit of foreshadowing, I'm going to say James Storm and Sonata. I'll get there in the end. I almost said James Storm and Muta. Then I almost said James Storm and Manic. And I'm like, no. Pick the right person from this video package. James Storm and Sonata will probably win due to whoever this mysterious fourth man is. I say fourth because obviously they've already got Manic. Wild that they're not having a title match at Bound for Glory, though. I don't remember this era of James Storm at all. I don't think I was watching at the time because I don't remember Sonata in TNA, like, in the slightest. But yeah, the year before I was definitely watching because I remember watching Aces and Eights. So at some point they managed to put me off. Between then and now, between then and this point, like, that we're watching currently. I don't know what it would have been that put me off, but something did. So there was a lot of chair squeaking. I do apologise there. I had a click I needed to do. A knuckle crack, as it were. Well, that was just rude. No need to guess who's the face and the heel in this one, eh? This one's pretty clear. The Great Sonata. That's pretty cool, actually. Pretty fun. Why would they not know if you're a legend? You know. Let's see him then. It's just Sonata in face paint, but let's see him. I'm really curious to see like how good Sonata was back here. Because like 10 years later, he's, you know, obviously former IWGP World Champion. Pretty well established. But this is like his, what do they call it? I always forget the word. It's not expedition, is it? It's something like that, though. But like when they're unleashed into the world, the young lion system unleashes the wrestlers to the world. They go and get experience somewhere else for a bit, and then they come back. I can't remember the proper word. Someone let me know in the comments. But here's Tajiri. I always feel like Tajiri looks like he needs a good night's sleep. They're like mad bags, and I can relate. You've seen me with all that black around my eyes, right? Yeah, always looks tired to me, Tajiri. This is different than I expected for Muta's music. Like, it's kind of dark and creepy, but it's also a lot funkier than I thought. How can he see? Like, at all. I guess that middle bit's probably mesh. Can probably see through that. What is that? Weird cartoon spider cockroach thing. As if Sonata, while on, again, I can't think of the word, I'm going to call it Expedition. Oh, sorry, big stretch. As if he main evented Bound for Glory during his young lion days, essentially. That's crazy. What's it called? I'm sure it begins with an E. Boo, says the crowd. This is wild as a Bound for Glory main event, can I just say? Tajiri, Sanada, and Great Muta in the Bound for Glory main event is just absolutely wild. Cool, but wild. Like, so out of left field. Wonder, I'd love to know a little bit more of the history of, like, what made TNA do Bound for Glory in Japan. Like, obviously, the main event makes sense based around the fact that they're in Japan. They're gonna, you know, they're using the Great Muta, they're using Tajiri. Oh, okay. Fair. But, yeah, what made them do the show in Japan? I'm curious. I know they had obviously a working relationship with Wrestle One, but was part of the agreement that you do a collaborative, a co-hosted, if you like, Bound for Glory in Japan? Or was that like TNA's idea? I'd love to know the background on that. It's a weird decision, but it's made for a cool show. If anyone knows any background stuff or where to find the background stuff on that, do let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. I like Muta's swirly pants. They're very nice. Yeah, the old I taught you everything you know, not everything I know deal. Yeah, we get it. It's awkward with third person pronouns. It's awkward when talking about two other people. Because it's like, taught him everything he knows, but not everything he knows. And it's like, what? 30? Didn't he only retire like last year? So he went nearly 40. What? Oh. It's not been the smoothest chain wrestling ever between those two. So we've had red mist, green mist, blue mist. What colour you got, James Storm? Where's Tajiri being like, your beard? You've got a beard, mate. Like that's what Tajiri's coming back with. He's got shoved across the ring. He's like, yeah, but you got a beard, mate. James Storm's like, I know. Grew it on purpose. Oh no, he's gone for the beard. Yep. I feel like you're ruining the aura by comparing it to Taz spilling his dip. Must be a training part. It must be part of that team's training because Manic did it earlier. Now Sonada's doing it. I think Sonada's going to come out after Muta. Oh no, Muta's going down. I thought Sonada was going to show up and attack Muta. This is some good wrestling action, this. Yeah, get Hornswoggle under there with an iPhone. Oh, he had something wrapped around his... Oh, he's got a blue face. And he had something wrapped around his neck as well. There is some implied cheating there. Missed juice bucket. That's not an expression I expected to hear on TNA Bound For Glory 2014, not gonna lie. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Bugs the hell out of me when the heel team fake a tag when they could have just made the tag. It's so dumb. I hate it. Like, it's just... Mwahaha, look how evil we are, cheating for the sake of it. You know, like, there's no tactical advantage to be gained from it. Nice. So far, so good with Sonata, to be honest. He's doing alright. The early chain wrestling with Muta didn't seem that great, if I'm honest. If I'm gonna be critical of anything, but seems to have settled into the match quite nicely. It's kind of in danger of just being a bog standard tag match at this point. You know, heels working the baby faces, cheating a little bit, hot tag, you know. So I'm hoping we get something a little bit more exciting out of it soon. Why'd Sonada just swap out? Where has Sonada gone? Oh, is Sonada gone refilling on Mist or something? Because he's not. Oh no, what's he got there? It's a stick and he didn't even get it out of the ring. This is, so far been quite middling in terms of the quality of the matches of the night so far. I would say the Wrestle 1 tag match was better so far. There's always time for this one to get better, but that was better. The Dudley Boys tag match was better because it was just carnage. The Triple Threat was definitely better. Probably the opener was better. Like, I get it. You put in great... Oh, okay. Muta's not bothered about distracting the ref. Why did Sonada and James Storm bother distracting the ref? Wait, where is the ref? I don't know what the ref was doing there, but Muta's just like, I'm just going to use everything. I don't care. Disqualify me. What are you going to do? Disqualify the great Muta? Get in the bin, ref. Bringing the camera cable into the ring. Yep. And Sonata still uses the moonsault in honor of Muta, right? Or at least he did last time I was watching any New Japan stuff. Oof, the thud. Thudunk. Sounds more impactful than landing on the floor, but it's actually a shorter fall. Oof. Hoofed him in the face. Hoofed him. Then buzzsaw kick. Oh. Double miss duck. Oh. Yeah, double missed. And how did Tajiri reload? That was impressive. Shining Wizard. Wake up, ref. Okay. So much for that, the surprise new member. Yeah, that match was quite underwhelming. But it's a way past his prime Tajiri, a way past his prime Muta, a way before his prime Sonata. And James Storm, who was fine, was good, but was never, in my opinion, the guy to carry a match either. So, like, you know. The match was fine. I enjoyed it, but that's about it. We've got less than 4 minutes remaining, so I doubt we're getting a big reveal of a new faction member now. I'm sort of just waiting on maybe something else happening. Here we go. We got a James Storm attack. Super kick to Tajiri. Yep. Oh, they are going to debut the new guy. Oh, okay. No, they're not. It's Manic. They're going to hang the Great Muta? That feels a bit mean. Okay, no, they're not. It's not around the head, though, is it? Hey, here we go. Baby faces, assemble! Green mist from Muta now. How do these wrestlers, like, load up these mists? I'd love to know. Then he produced some red. So much for James Storm's little secret plan. Anyway, I'm guessing that's the show. Yeah, we've got like a minute and 20 seconds left, so yeah, nothing else is happening now. So, yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed this watch along. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this show. Let me know what your favourite match was and stuff like that. I think mine was definitely the triple threat. That was really good. And the main event was a bit underwhelming, is my thoughts on that. Yeah, subscribe if you're new here. I do a lot of historic watch-alongs as well as other content. Today I uploaded my predictions for tonight's AEW Wrestle Dream show. And tomorrow I'll do my review for it, and I do lots of other content as well. So, yeah, drop a sub if all of that interests you. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ebeza, you've been amazing, and I'll see you next time.